at Mega Bangna again, and there's always new restaurants at this place. Oh, look at that thing. That's actually pretty fun looking. Anyways, Xiao Fuwang. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. So your standard is $3.99. We got some dim sums. It's all written in Thai though, so I don't know. The drinks are 45 baht. They're making money there. Premium, it looks like you get the seafood, and also those things are awesome. But I'm gonna just try the base one. You know, I'm not that hungry right now. And then there's some variety of soups as well. So I don't know if they cost extra, some of them. So let's check this out. Little touch thing here. Oh, let me go through this thing here. Oh wow, yeah, nice. You get to make your own sauces. And this one is in English as well as Thai, of course. It's interesting, the English is actually the primary font. I'm gonna have a lot of fun making some sauces here. Alright, that's cool. And then we have like individual hot plates. That's fresh. It looks literally fresh and good. Mala.
เป็นตัวไหนดีคะลูกค้าอันที่หนึ่งหม้อได้สองซุปค่ะลูกค้าอันนี้หนึ่งนะคะมาล่ากับอะไรดีคะเป็นคนละหม้อหนึ่งหม้อได้สองซุปนะคะมีหนึ่งมีสองซุป
Alright, so you have 90 minutes to eat here, and this is a super spicy mala, regular mala, some sort of pork-based soup, a chicken cream-looking thing, just a mushroom, a tomato-based soup, and I forget what that one is, probably like a shoyu kind of thing. You gotta scan the app to run up the menu, and here we are. Okay, so it's showing up in English, and let's see. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Oh, I see, it's down here. So there's changing between Thai and... Alright, so we're in English now. Alright, kind of a weird menu. I've never seen an app like this. I see. Anyways, each person can pick 2 different flavors. So we actually got 4 flavors of soup coming between the 2 of us. These are extra costs. But that's not what I want. 10 minutes to steam the dim sum. I don't know what's going on here. Why does everything have a price? Yeah, it's a little confusing. We got the buffet, so we're gonna see if we run up a 10,000 baht bill, but they have prices next to each thing. I'm gonna try one of these. Question is, how do I actually order it? Alright, so there, you have to do the plus minus there. So that one, we'll try a pork one there. A braised pork one. Oh, just one. They have fried dumplings, of course. Boy, what, spring rolls maybe? Boy, that's a big commitment, 3 pieces though. You know what, we're gonna leave that alone. So then I guess you go back here. Duck intestine, that's crazy. Sorry if I lost focus. I'm trying to focus on ordering here. Pineapple fried squid. Oh, it's just cut a certain way. So they make their own pasta, I think. It says handcrafted ingredients. Hand-pulled noodles. Oh, pork rinds. Winter melon, interesting. Nut mushrooms. Sliced potato, seaweed nuts. I guess it's interesting that just ordering your drinks through the app here. Look at those ice creams, we'll get to those later. So now I'm trying to figure out how to actually... Alright, so the basket's up here. Send that order. Now it says contact our staff, so this app kind of sucks. It's just not easy. So yeah, Here's my hand, by the way. I think this is a perfect amount for one person. This is smart. It's not some giant wasteful bin. The controls are hidden way underneath this table. It's so recessed. So this is kind of inconvenient because if you're sitting next to someone, you gotta crouch under, right? So it's a nice, easy rotary dial, though. So let's crank it up to 5. Just some napkins here. I don't know what this is for. It's just empty. So I'm gonna go mix up some sauce. I'm noticing they do have some recommendations here written in English to make up your own traditional sauces, but I'll probably just wing it. All right, so look at this. This is a nice presentation, and this looks so fresh. This meat, pork rinds. No, it's good. The spinach looks fantastically fresh. The bok choy, this thing here. And they give you actually cans of beverage, at least the sodas, so you don't have to worry about like getting some food poisoning from a dirty machine. Okay, I'm gonna try this soup without anything in it, of course, first. So this is that, I believe, a chicken one, although it looks like a pork broth to me. You know, though, it does actually taste like chicken. It's a very mild flavor. Very mild. That's all I can say about that. Just slight chicken flavor. Now the mala, super spicy mala. It's got a very savory flavor. I think mala is based off of beef broth. And that oil, the chili oil. It's actually not super spicy, though. Not super spicy. The tomato one literally has a giant tomato floating in there. Oh, that's actually quite good. There's a lot more than tomato in there, although I can't tell you what it is. And then this one, I don't know what's floating around in here. It looks like there's capers floating through that broth. This has a slight... Oh, I think those are Szechuan peppercorns. It's not really spicy, but it's got that slight menthol effect to it. It's actually good. I've actually never had a soup stock like that in this country. So anyways, the soups are great. If I could take it back, I would go with mala and this peppercorn one, but they'll have to come another day. And then I would rank that number 3, and then the chicken one number 4. Alright, let's start getting some stuff in here. Might have to turn the heat down or this thing's going to start rolling over. So that is nice. The knob down there, you know, I'm not even looking anymore because all I know is if I go counterclockwise, I can hear it as well. It's beeping through the temperature settings. Alright, so that's good. Although I just washed my hands with alcohol and now they're dirty again. Unfortunately, you're going to have to tear through the spinach with your hands here. Alright, it's not pre-cut for you, and I only have 2 hands. Alright, so let's just figure that out later. And the bok choy. Yeah, nice and fresh. Very good. Some of these mushrooms will take a while to cook. Let me come back after this cooks down. I thought I'd use the pork rinds to taste the sauces here. Unfortunately, they don't have like segmented sauce dishes. It's just this size. So, I don't know, some fermented soybean. Oh, that's super salty. And it definitely tastes only slightly fermented. So I would be cautious putting a lot of that into anything. Just put a little bit in there. And forget the name of this sauce. It's not spicy. It's a little bit sweet. I think it's fish based. Either fish or shrimp based. And then, what is this thing? I think this is the satay sauce. And this is sweet as well. Yeah, I don't know. They're slightly sweet, There's no smokiness. They're not salty, really. Yeah, I don't know. Those sauces don't really do it for me. And then some sort of liquidy sauce. I can't even taste it. Can't taste it. I think I'm just overpowered by that fermented one. So here we have a mix of my own concoction. Some cilantro, some green onion, some garlic, fresh red chili, and the sesame sauce, and some lime juice. And they had garlic oil. I haven't seen that in this country either. So this is going to be fresh and tasty, I think. Yeah, that's awesome. That tastes really fresh. A little spicy, garlicky. Just the ability to make your own sauces is the way to what makes this place great. Alright, just based off the quantity, this small amount is the chuck roll, the big amount is the beef brisket, and I tend to like brisket more because it's fattier. Oh, some dim sum just showed up as well. Alright, let's try this chuck roll, just cook it long enough to be cooked, but not overcooked. Okay, let's see how soft this is. Yeah, chuck roll is not soft. That's a kind of gnarly, very chewy. Alright, that's why I like brisket. So let's pop the brisket in this side here. Actually, let me get the chuck roll on the mala side as well as the brisket on the mala side. Alright, back to this. You gotta make sure you boil your chopsticks a little bit to kill off the bacteria. Alright, brisket time. That's much better. Still not the softest beef here, but you know, the price I think is reflecting that. You can't get the best beef in the world when the buffet is only like 400 baht, right? All right, in the mala. Yeah. Delicious. This is a very mild flavor. The mala is the total opposite. It's just so crazy in the flavor, so powerful. That is good. Yeah, with the mala you don't even need the sauce, but logically it might make sense to dump this in the sauces you make, so let me do so. It's nice, you know, the pot is so small, it heats up so quick, and you can control it yourself very easily, so very smart. Okay, let's check this out. Some crazy Chinese music playing here. That was wonderful. Wonderful. Some sort of sauce came with the dim sum. Look at these funky dim sum containers. I've never seen hexagonal ones. These guys must be a chain or something, right? To have custom-made dim sum baskets. All right, so we got the paper backing, the red pork inside of this one. Very soft. No, it's a little sweet, like red pork usually is. Let's try this. Oh boy, that's a dense sauce. Looks like it's almost like molasses. This sauce is sweet, and I have no idea what it's made of. It's almost like molasses or caramel. It's probably soy sauce and a lot of sugar. It's interesting. So to be honest with you, I wouldn't order this again. It's just too much of a commitment. Nothing wrong with it. It's just too much of a commitment. It's too big. Let's try this other one. Oh boy, this is a big chunk of meat in there. So I'm gonna have to just bite into the outside. Yeah. It's a standard sada bao, they're called here. Just all is most big pork filling, pretty mild flavor. Oh, but this is where it's going to come into play here. Much better with that. Probably pretty good with these sauces too. So, nothing wrong with these two things. It's just they just fill you up too much. The chive. This is a chive thing. The outside is all melted. It's almost like cheese, but it's not. All right, so you can see the chive in there. Let me bite this in half. It tastes okay, but the rice is overcooked. It's so glutinous now. It's crazy sticky, this rice. But the inside chive stuff tastes pretty good. Alright. So for me, I don't think the dim sum's the attraction here. I think I would stick more towards the shabu and mixing up your own sauces. Decided to try the handmade noodles. They're very thin. I already have them cooked and ready to go. So we'll try it with the mild flavored soup here. Oh boy, that's so hot though. Yeah, I might have to actually let that sit a little bit. Yeah, they're very good. They're very savory. I think there must be some egg in there. I think they could be egg noodles. Yeah, they're very good. Okay, these are going to be super flavorful with all the mala. Unfortunately, I didn't actually see any bowls, like big bowls to put your stuff in. It's just, yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, they're very good noodles. Yeah, but very filling. Right? I'm eating all the stuff that I shouldn't be eating, but I got to try it all, you know. Alright, if you like handmade noodles, those aren't bad. Alright, we're gonna try one of these pork shumai things. It looks like there's black caviar on there. It is black caviar. Interesting. Well, I guess it tastes fine. I think it actually tastes worse with the black caviar. It's very seafood flavor, right, with the caviar. But the actual pork, nothing wrong with it. It's just not really my type of dim sum. Okay, so vanilla ice cream. We got some peanuts on there. Interesting. It's a really sticky looking ice cream. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they make this. The consistency of this is not like any of the other cheap ice creams you get at the other buffets. This is not Wall's ice cream. It's not Nestle ice cream either. It's got a really dense, chewy consistency. Not overly powerful in the sweetness or the vanilla flavor. It's a very mild ice cream. Okay, well, let's try the chocolate. Same thing. I'm positive they make this here because the flavor of this is totally different from Wall's and Nestle. The consistency again, it's got like a sliminess to it. I'm not sure if I like it. And there's very little sugar in this. It's not sweet so much. It's very, very mildly sweet. It's mostly the bitterness of the chocolate. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually taking real cocoa beans and making ice cream out of it. That's interesting. So very unique ice creams here. Alright, so here we have grass jelly and tofu, it looks like. This is like neutral. It's a very mild flavor again. It's not super sweet either. So whoever runs this place doesn't like super sweet food, which is very un-Thai. Thais really like sugary things. But this is a nice change. Yeah, I don't even think there's sugar in this grass jelly. There's not much of a grass flavor. It's a very mild flavor again. Maybe it's because I had the ice creams beforehand, but I don't taste any sweetness really. It's like 2% sweet. Actually, the tofu is sweeter than the grass jelly. I think I like this dish more than the ice creams. It's cold, by the way, so it's quite refreshing. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's different from the other grass jellies you get in this country, which tend to be very sweet. If you do want it sweet, obviously just take some ice cream. Some ice cream, some grass jelly. Yeah, let's try this. That's a pretty good combo actually, because the ice cream, although it's sweeter than this, it's not super sweet ice cream. Alright, so very unique stuff going on here. So here's our receipt. They actually give you an itemized list of what the value of what you ate was. That's a lot of dishes. So we ate the equivalent of 2,700 baht of food. The tax and service charge is in there, so 10.45. That's around $30, 31 bucks or something. I guess, you know, by Western standards, that's a good deal, right? But by Thai standards, there's a lot of competition, and I don't think this is really good compared to some of the other places. Now that I'm full, I can be more critical about the food. The dim sum isn't worth it. First, you have to make a big commitment. If you want to try the fried dumplings, there's 4 pieces, right? So I skipped a lot of stuff because I didn't want to eat that much of that food. So, so the portions, they're just too big. So I would just suggest you just skip the dim sum entirely, because the soups were good and everything you put into the soups are good too. You also don't need to worry about getting food poisoning because there's no like buffet line other than the sauce itself. You know, all the dishes are just brought to you by a waiter, so that's a plus about this place. So anyways, you better come and try it out before it goes out of business. Alright, see you at the next place.